I haven't heard anyone at length talk about this, so I feel like I'd have a rant about it. I want to talk about the unspoken genocide. I want to talk about the mass slaughter of Americans in the last 30 years that no one seems to care about. I want to talk about the 24.5 million that have been taken from the millennial generation and the up to 26 million that have been taken from Generation Z. The genocide known as mass abortion. 21 to 28% of Gen Z from 97 to 2012 are just gone. Never got a chance to breathe free, never got a chance to live. They were sacrificed on the altar of convenience, on the altar of, well, my career, the altar of, well, I'm not ready to be a mother. They were sacrificed for convenience. And what good has it done our nation? We needed these millions of people. We wanted to grow as a country. We need Americans to grow as a country. Instead, they butchered us, told our parents that it was better off having two incomes and less kids. Oh, one's enough, two's enough. And where's that gotten us? Do Americans own more than they owned 30, 40 years ago? Are homes more affordable? Do Americans have more savings? My God, we scream about the Holocaust. We scream about all the lost souls of the 20th century. But who cares about our losses? All of these deaths. And now they say, oh no, we are underpopulated in the West. We need to bring in people. We had people. And these sick, twisted doctors that did these abortions, they murdered a good chunk of the next generation. We wonder why we're having issues. We don't have the people we need. And importing people from around the world, the third world, does not replace Americans. A nation is made of its people. A land is made of its people. You know, when the sitcom, the television show The Simpsons started, a father of 3 kids, a dog, a cat, 2-car garage, 2-story house, on one income, wasn't seen as outrageous. Now we have families working, dual income families, a husband and a wife busting their ass so they can barely afford the children they have, while we let those that aren't Americans come in and steal from those that survived. We owe the fallen. We owe the slain. We owe those that never got a chance to breathe to live. We need to live lives that they couldn't. We need to preserve the nation. We need to grow. We need to have a baby boom to replace what didn't happen. And we need to hold the bastards that killed our fellow countrymen responsible. Any doctor that performs elective abortion should be charged with the murder that it is. And that would stop just like that. We need to change the culture that treats children as a parasite, as a disease, as something of an inconvenience. Snuff that out. They are the greatest gift from God. And if we do not have children, a nation dies when there's no baby's cries. Yet I can't turn on my phone, look at TV, hearing things like, oh, the remembrance of these dead and these dead. To hell with the dead of 80 years ago. We killed our own, and we're reaping the consequences of it. It almost feels like God is punishing us for our insolence, for allowing this American Holocaust, this Shoah. There's only one minor silver lining I see from those that never got to breathe. Who is having children? It's not the Democrats. It's not the lefties. They're sterilizing. They're choosing every letter in the alphabet but normal. They're having their fur babies while they're out is reproducing and having kids. Could that be why they are trying to import the third world? Could that be why they want to replace us in numbers? They know they are screwed. They know they butchered their chance to continue. And we need to let them pay the price for their insolence. Those of good moral stock. I'm calling on the Christians. We need families large and strong. We need to build the towns, build the communities. We need to build a nation worth blessing. I just I've just felt like ranting as of late. My children are too young to understand. Save my wife's ear from my constant discussions. To anybody that watches, thank you. God bless. I'm signing off.